Good evening to you all. So last day we have discussed about Tower of Hanoi problem, an example of backtracking, and today we will discuss one more interesting problem. The problem name is N-Queen problem. And this is also an interesting example of backtracking. So let's go to the problem first. What does N-Queen problem means actually? There is a story behind this problem, that the story is something like a story of a king and a queen. Suppose there was a king, which king has n number of queens. Just for time being, you assume that n is equal to 4 for a moment. So let's assume that means the king has 4 queens, and king want to place them in a palace. And you know how the palace look like. The structure of the palace looks something like a square, something like this. So it has 4 different wings, and each and every wing contain 4 rooms. This particular wing is for queen 1, this particular wing for queen 2, this wing for queen 3, and this wing for queen 4. And let us assume that this queen 1 was actually elder queen among all them, and this queen 4 is actually younger queen. And the structure of the palace is something like the doors are present somewhere here. Not only this way, there is a door, diagonally also, in both diagonal, for all different possible diagonal rooms. Now, what is the significance of this particular doors is that means this queen 1 can be placed any one of these 4 rooms in this first wing, and queen 1 cannot be placed in other wings. So queen 1 is dedicated for this wing, fine, and it can be placed anywhere in the room. Okay, similarly for queen 2, similar for queen 3, and similar for queen 4. Not only this, these doors signify the visibility of a room from other rooms. So since I have a door over here, door between this particular room and this particular room, that means these 2 rooms are visible. And also I have a door over here, that means rooms are visible throughout their columns in every wing. Similarly, rooms are visible throughout their rooms in a particular wing. Similarly, rooms are visible in principal diagonal as well as other diagonal also. Right. Now, problem is that this queen has to be placed in such a way that they cannot see each other. Suppose this queen 1 doesn't have any idea about the other queens. Similarly for queen 2, queen 3 and queen 4. So the king want to place these 4 queens in such a way that they will not see each other. They will not see each other means they will not see themselves, other person in other wings somehow, even if there is a door. For example, if you place queen 1 over here, you cannot place queen 2 over here because room is visible throughout this diagonal. That means queen 1 if placed over here, you cannot place any other queen throughout this other diagonal. Throughout this room is not possible, this room is not possible, like this. So this is an example. Now, question is that how the king will decide that what is the exact queen place for each and every queens. Now, to solve this problem, the approach that we will actually follow is what we call backtracking. What backtracking means? You see, let us try to realize from your experience, maybe a couple of years ago, when you are given some problem to solve, say integration or differentiation, what you did, you thought that okay, let's take this approach, and using that approach you tried, and suddenly when you realized that no, this approach is not going to produce the correct result, what you did, you actually cut some previous lines, and whatever lines from where you are assuming that you are predicting that you have some errors, up to that particular line you cut down, and then you start a new approach, right? So that means if I assume that you start from this point, and the next step is this point, and next step is this point, and then next step you follow this point, and then this point, and here you realize that you are going to, the way you are going through is not producing a correct result, so you start going back. And when you go back, you say go back up to here because you had a mistake over here, maybe. And then you try to follow a new method. And maybe if it is not again produce the correct result, again you go back and you start a new method, something like this. So this approach, this one, actually what we call backtracking. So at the time of solving a problem, if somehow you find that this particular approach is not going to produce a correct result, at that time we go back to some previous steps and try to solve. Hello? And try to solve using a new approach. So this is what we call backtracking. Now, how we will apply this backtracking over here? You see, the most important thing of this problem is that finding the collision, right? So if queen 1, suppose queen I, there is queen I and queen J, okay, suppose some value of I and some value of J. What I have to find out? If I place queen I in some cell of this particular palace and queen J in another cell of this palace, do I have any collision between queen I and queen J or not? Naturally, queen I has to be placed in the row will be equal to I, right? This queen J row will be equal to, sorry, not J, suppose K. Okay, queen K, not queen J. Suppose it is queen K. So row will be equal to K, as in for sure. Now assume that in this row I, in the jth column, in the jth room, the queen I has been placed. So the row, the cell will be actually, you can name as I comma j, some I comma j. For example, maybe queen 2, somewhere something like this place, right? Or maybe this place. So if I want to place queen 2 over here, if I assume that I is equal to 2, okay, so queen 2 is here. That means I is equal to 2, and what is j? J will be equal to 1. If I assume that my index is 1, it is 2, it is 3, and it is 4. So forget about 0, 0 index for a time being. Now see, similarly, if I assume queen k, for example, the fourth queen, that is k equal to 4, queen 4. Now if I place queen 4 over here, I can see that there is a collision because I have a door over here, even I have a door over here. That means queen 2 and queen 4 is visible. And where k is placed? In the third room, that is the third index. So basically, you can say that queen k is placed at lth column. So here L is equal to 3. So from this diagram, I can see that there is a collision, and that actually I have to find out that how to detect this collision. It is not possible to detect everything, by trial and error method. So how computer algorithm will decide this collision? Let's see. If we have a collision in this way, we have many other cases also. For example, if you place queen 4, for example, somewhere over here, then also I have a collision because it is visible, right? Now see how I can represent this collision. Queen 2 is placed in this location means its coordinate will be actually 2, 1, as simple as that. And if I place queen 4 over here, its coordinate will be equal to 4, 1, right? So what is common? I can see they are in the same column. So that means if this queen I and queen k is in the same column, that means it's a collision. So if we write the criteria for collision, the first one will be same column. So same column means with respect to this assumption I comma j and k comma l, here j is equal to l basically, that we have seen. This is j for queen I case and this is l for queen k case. So that means same column means actually j will be equal to 1, l. Now I have other situation also. For example, something like the previous one that we have just seen. That is queen 4 was here. Queen 4 was here. Now how you can represent this? This representation is actually, you can say it's 2, 1. Fine. It is for queen I. And for queen k, it will be something like 4, 3. Obviously, here j is not equal to l, but still there is a collision because it is in a diagonal, in a right diagonal. So how you will identify they are in a diagonal? You see, you can say if you closely watch these two cases, you can see there is a similarity. That difference between the row and column is same for both. What I mean, that 2 minus 1 is actually equal to 4 minus 3. They are same. So that means it is not only for 2, 1 and 4, 3 case. You can take any other option. For example, if you consider queen 1 is here and queen say 3 is here. So queen 1 means actually what is the cell number? It will be something like 1, 3, right? Sorry, 1, 2. And for queen 3, it will be 3, 4. And you see 1 minus 2 equal to 3 minus 4. Correct. So that means if we consider second option, that is right diagonal, you can say that I minus 1 minus 2. What does it mean? I minus j. So it will be I minus j equal to k minus L. Similarly, if you take another situation, for example, suppose queen 2 is placed somewhere over here, for example, say somewhere over here, and queen 4 is placed somewhere over here, then also it is visible, but it is not in right diagonal. It is now in a left diagonal. So if we define with respect to the correct row and column number, this queen 2 position is actually something like, you can say 2, 4, and queen 4 is actually what you can say 4, 2. But you see here 2 minus 4 is not equal to 4 minus 2. Even if you consider, say, queen 1 is placed here and queen 3 is placed here. Sorry, not queen, not this position. Let's take another different type of positions. For example, position for queen 1 is something like this. Queen 1 here and queen 3 is here. So for queen 1 case, the position for queen 1 is actually, you can say 1, 4, right? And position for queen 3, you can say it's 3, 2. Now, you cannot say this equation for this case. 1 minus 4 is not equal to 3 minus 2. So, that means some new equation I have to form. If you closely watch both cases, this case as well as this case, here I can say that if queen I is placed in ith row and jth column, and queen k is placed at kth row and lth column, I can say I plus j, and if they are in a left diagonal, then I plus j will be equal to k plus l. You see? You can write this one, you can relate them as 1 plus 4 is equal to 3 plus 2. Yes. Similarly, you can write them as 2 plus 4, that is, this is I, and this is j, and this is k, and this is l. So 2 plus 4 equal to 4 plus 2. Yes, this is correct. So that means if we have our left diagonal, that means I can say an equation I plus j will be equal to k plus l. I have kept in the same point because ultimately they are diagonal. The question is that if ith queen is placed in jth column, and if you want to search whether you can put the kth queen in lth column or not, you have to find out whether they are equal to or not. If they are equal, if this j is equal to l, that means you cannot place this kth queen in lth column because they are in the same column. if you see that I minus j equal to k minus L, then you cannot keep them. You cannot keep this kth queen in lth column. That is for sure, because of right diagonal, they are visible. And if you find that I plus j equal to k plus L, then also you cannot keep the kth queen in lth column, because of it is visible through left diagonal. So these are the criteria for consider and for realizing collision. And if none of them satisfy, then only you can keep the kth queen in lth column. But you see, this right and left diagonal, actually I don't need to write these two equations. I can merge them in a single equation. You see, this I minus j equal to k minus L. From here, I can say that this is nothing but, you can say something like, if you put this one in this side, so j minus L will be equal to what? I minus k, right? I minus k from this line, this equation. Similarly, if I consider this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, so equation 1 can be written in this way. Equation 2 can be written something like j minus L, j minus L, yes, equal to k minus I, right? So that means also I can say equal to minus of I minus k. Now see, the sign is not important over here. Rather important is by numerical value they are equal to or not, right? That means you can merge these two equations in a single form. You can say that, okay, so mod value of j minus L can be equal to mod value of I minus k. Then this single equation represents a feature of both equations. So that means I have defined two cases. Case number 1 for same column and case number 2 for diagonal. If one of them satisfied, that means there is a collision, and you cannot put that kth queen in lth column. If none of them satisfied, then only you can keep them in the, you can keep the kth queen in lth column. Okay. So now we will modify our logic a little bit more, in a sense that by the pictorial representation, we have seen that the palace looks something like a two-dimensional array. But if you work with two-dimensional array, the whole problem becomes a little bit complex. Rather, what we will do, we will represent this two-dimensional array in a one-dimensional form. So that means, you see how we can represent this. One thing is for sure, that queen 1 has to be placed in the first queen. So the queen number is fixed with respect to the queens. Now the column number depends where that particular queen will present. That's a part of the experiment. So what I can do, since this row number with respect to queen is fixed, I can thought something like I have a row number of this queen is fixed, something like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. And queen 1 is to be placed in one of these 4 columns. So that means I can represent this two-dimensional view into one-dimensional form, where this index value 1 will represent the queen number. So index value will represent the queen number. So first queen 4 has to be placed in the first index. Second queen has to be placed in the second index. Third queen has to be placed in third index, and so on. And the value present over here will represent that particular column number where this queen 1 has to be placed. So that means value at that index will represent the room number of the respective queen. Okay. So now the entire problem becomes a little bit easier to realize. So that means if I assume, let's take a situation, something like a possible solution of this queen can be something like you can keep queen 1 in second, this place, then this one. Okay, so this one, then you can keep this one, then this one. Yes. So you can keep queen 1 over here. If you, then queen 2 can be placed here, queen 3 can be placed here, and queen 4 can be placed somewhere here. You see? So these is a possible options, right? For keeping 4 queens, and you see nobody can see each other. They are not in a diagonal anyhow with each other. They are not in same column with each other. So this is fine. Now, how I will represent this one with respect to one dimension? I will write in place of index 1 as 2. It means the queen 1 is placed in the second room as shown in this two-dimensional view. Similarly, queen 2 in place of second index, it will become 4. In place of 3, it will become 1. And in place of 4, it will become 3. Okay. So we will work with one dimension, but when we will try to realize how the algorithm works, I think it will be easier to realize from a two-dimensional view. And that is why we started with the two-dimensional strategy. But later, what we will do, if I'm able to map this two-dimensional strategy to one dimension, I can simply map the solution of two-dimensional strategy to one dimension also. That's not a problem. So how I can map this one? You see, if I assume that I have a queen I is placed in, say, jth column, it means what? It means with respect to two-dimensional view, the queen is placed in ith row and jth column. Something like that. Because queen I means ith row, jth column means actually jth room. Now, with respect to one-dimensional, what you can say? This ith column represents that ith index, and this value j is nothing but value at that index that we have seen over here. So that means from the one-dimensional view, you can relate this I and j in a way, something like j is equal to, you can say, a of I. You see, queen 1 is placed in second column. So that means I is equal to 1 and j equal to 2. Now see, 2 equal to a of 1. Is it true? Yes. A of 1 equal to 2. Right. Similarly, if we consider queen k is placed in lth column, that mean what? That mean you can relate this one with something like in a two-dimensional view k comma l, and that you can say something like you can relate this k and l in a sense l equal to a of k, right? And these two things will be important. Why? Because when we will try to map this collision with respect to one dimensional, we have to convert this L and J, because these are dependent on this A of I and A of K respectively. So that means in case of collision, in the same column it represented was J equal to L. That means with respect to one dimensional, what we will represent? You see what we have seen over here? We have seen that J means A of I and L means A of K. Right. So we will see it very soon how we will map these two equations with respect to one dimension. Now let's do one thing. Let's start solving the problem. Let's start discussing how the algorithm will work. The algorithm is going to be very easy, you know. It's something like, suppose we have a main function. So we'll start with main function from here. And you see, I have two things over here. The king, actually, the strategy is that king will first place this queen 1 in a place, and then it will try to replace queen 2, then it will try to place queen 3, then queen 4. And regarding placing these queens, when the king will realize that there is no position for placing the queen, then what will happen? The king will go back to the previous queens and try to and request them to relocate to the next room if possible. And this is nothing but the backtracking. So that means I can say that k is equal to, suppose I have just a minute. So let's consider that we have a variable k, say equal to 1, which is representing the kth queen. Okay. And we have one more variable n equal to 4. So this is representing kth queen. Since the king will try to place the first queen at the beginning, that's why the k is equal to 1. I have kept. And this is representing the total number of queens the king has to place. Total number of queens. And you see, here I will call a function. The function name is k comma n. That is, I have total n queen to be placed and the first queen that I am trying to place. That's the thing. That's the logic. Now see, if we go for the n queen function, obviously the function is void n queen. Here, what I will place? I will place int I, suppose, and int n. So total number of queen, and the ith queen I try to place. Now see, so what is the first job I have to do? This n-queen function will first has to find a place where this ith queen can be placed. So that means with respect to this problem, if I have this queen 1 has 4 different options, queen 2 also have 4 different options. I don't know which option will be correct. That means I have to start from the beginning, right? So that's why you can say that I'll have a loop j equal to 1, j less than equal to n, sorry, j plus plus. What this j represents? This j represents the room, or you can say the column number where the king want to place the ith queen. So that means before placing this ith queen in the jth column, it has to check, is the place safe? Is the place not visible from others or not? Right? So that means here, let's do one thing. Let's call a function. Let's call a function place. And this place function, I will place I comma j. And this, what this place function will do? This place function means that can I place the ith queen at jth column or room or not. The place function will actually find the answer for this question. So assume that we have one more variable over here, say f, where this place function will return. If f contain 1, that means it can be placed, and if it is not possible, if the place function identifies some collision, then obviously the place function will return 0 or false, whatever. So that means after this here I can write that if f is equal to 1, then it's safe to place the queen over there. That means I can easily write, say, if there is an array, I have not represented array over here, so I should represent an array over here, say int x of 10, some array. So that means x of I should be equal to j, because place function returned 1 and place function returning checking can I place the ith queen and jth column. If it is possible, then obviously x of I equal to j, that we have already seen over here, the relation between j and I. Now after doing this, you don't know the queen number, right? So ith queen can be the last queen also, right? So if the king has placed the last queen, that means king has already placed the other queens, because the queen will be placed in increasing order. First queen, then second queen, then third queen, then fourth queen. It's not in an arbitrary fashion. So that means if this placing of fourth queen has done, that means job is completed, right? So that means here you can keep a condition that if I is equal to n, that it was fourth queen that I have just placed, that means nothing to do. That means what you will do, basically you will print all the queen positions. That's all. That is my requirement, and then I will break from the loop. But if it is not true, that means some queen is still there to place it. So that means there will be a n-queen function call. From here, what I will place? Here in this function call, what parameter I will pass? I will pass I plus 1 comma n. It seems to be I have placed the ith queen and then I am trying to find the placing of I plus 1th queen. For example, you have placed the second queen, and after placing successfully, then the king will try to place the third queen as it is. And then obviously I'll have a bracket over here. This n bracket represents this one, and I'll have an n bracket for this for loop also, and n queen also. So I'll have some brackets, 2 more brackets. So it's not possible to write over here. That's why I have written over here. So I hope all of you can understand from this. So now you see, somehow the logic of this n queen is not very tough. It's just for each and every column or room number, it is trying to find out whether it is possible or not. If it is not possible, if f is not equal to 1, then it is not going through all this. Basically, the loop will run once more for the new value of j. So for an example, if I assume that I equal to 1, that is the first queen, and j was 1, that means the first queen is trying to be placed in the first column. And if there is a collision, that means the king has to try to place the first queen in the second column. That's why the j loop will run once more. J will be incremented by 1 and place 1 comma 2 will be called. That's all. So in this way, so for some ith queen, for some jth position, we have to find out and do this. But the main intelligence of the whole algorithm is not still implemented. The main intelligence is present in the place function, because this is the function which will decide the collision. So we have to write it. So if you write the place function, let's write the place function in a different color. So first of all, this place function is returning some integer value, 0 or 1. So obviously it will be integer, int place. And then I want to keep the parameter variable name same so that you can relate this parameter variable names with the part of when it is calling. So I will keep the same name over here, int I comma j. So you want to place this ith queen in jth position, and for that purpose, what you have to take, you have to check for other queens, is there any collision or not, right? So for other queens means, that means if I want to place the third queen, that means I have to check, do I have any collision with the first queen? If it is not, do I have any collision with the second queen? Then only I can place, right? So what is the purpose of this function? I want to see whether I can place the ith queen with jth column or not. For consideration, for example, assume that this is equal to 3 and assume that this is equal to say 4. So you want to check whether third queen can be placed in fourth column or not. Now, what actually you are doing? You will actually check this 3,4 index, the cell number 3,4. That means if you want to place the third queen in the fourth column, it means that somewhere you want to place over here. And if you want to place over here, what you have to check? You have to check for the other queens, is there any collision with this third queen or not? Right? So basically, you are checking with the first queen. If there is no collision with the first queen, then you have to check the collision with second queen, and in this way. Right? So that means I have to check this ith queen, that is the third queen, with some kth queen from 1 to 3, 1 to 2 actually. Right? So that means here I can write a for loop that represents the kth queen starting from 1, and k maybe end up at maximum I, k plus plus. So this k actually represents all the other queens till I. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, within this for loop, I have to put some criteria. That criteria will represent the collision between the ith queen in j column with kth queen in some column of the kth queen. So what will be the criteria? Here j equal a of k. If this is equal, that means there is a collision that we have seen. That j equal to, we have seen the collision equal to j equal to L, and L is represented by E of k. That means if this is a collision for same column. But this is not the only condition. I have one more condition also. So I have a OR. And what is the other condition? Other condition is this. If j minus L, absolute value of j minus L equal to absolute value of I minus k. So obviously you will not able to write down absolute value. We write actually in this way, ABS, apps of what? Apps of j minus L. But you cannot write L here. Rather, you should write j minus A of k. Absolute value of j minus A of k equal to absolute value of what is given? K I minus k. You see, I is here, ith queen, and I am checking with kth queen. So you can easily write I minus k. There is no issue. If one of these condition is true for some value of k, that means there is a collision with the kth queen, with this ith queen. That means you cannot keep the ith queen in jth position. As simple as that. So that means I can say directly, okay, just return 0. There is no option. So I can directly return 0 at that moment. This is for if and this is for loop. So that means I've written this j equal to A of k because of this particular criteria. So if this particular condition is satisfied, that means surely there is a collision of ith queen with kth queen because of same column, which is not expected. Similarly, if we consider this j minus L and I minus k, this is the criteria for collision in a diagonal. So that means instead of L, obviously I have to represent it by A of k. So that means I can write it, absolute value of j minus A of k will be equal to absolute value of I minus k is the criteria for collision in the some diagonal, maybe right or left as a whole. So if one of these criteria is satisfied, you can readily say that you cannot place the kth queen in Lth column. You cannot place the ith queen in jth column because there is a collision with kth queen. And that's why I can directly return 0 over here. But if I find there is no k for which this criteria is fulfilled, that means you can put this ith queen in jth position safely. So that means we can have a return one statement after the end of for loop somewhere over here. You know, if I write somewhere over here. And then my function will stop. So this return one will execute only when the loop will run and it will break because of this criteria, not because of condition. Because if for any k, one of these condition is satisfied, it will directly return 0 to the nQueen function. Now let us see if I really execute this program with considering 4 queens, what will happen? So let's draw a diagram first of all. Something like diagram is something like, so we have 2-dimensional as well as 1-dimensional view, both we will consider so that your idea become clear. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 number column, and corresponding 2-dimensional view looks something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine. So now let's start with the tree design. So we will start with nQueen 1, 4, right? So I is 1 and j is, that means here I is equal to 1 and n equal to 4. Now for j equal to 1 to n, that means for 1 to 4, can I place ith queen in jth position? That means the first queen in first position. It will come here. And you see, for the first queen in first position, k will start from 1. And here, j is equal to, right now, in case of executing, this I is right now 1 and j is also equal to 1, right? So k is 1 and a of 1 is 1 equal to a of 1. Just for safe side, assume that we will keep all zeros over here. Okay. So j is 1 and a of k means a of 1 is equal to same. Are they same? No, they are not same, right? They are not same. Because a of k is equal to 0. And absolute value of this one, that is 1 minus, just a minute, 1 minus k, a of 1, when a of k means 0. Yes, a of k means 0 and j means 1. So 1 minus 0, that is equal to 1. and this I is also 1 and k is actually 1, that means 1 minus 1 it is equal to 0. So they are not same, right? Since they are not same, that means the if condition become false. So if condition false means return 0 will not happen. So I'll go for new for loop, new value of k become 2 and 2 lesser than equal to 1 will become false. So loop will break and return 1 will come. So that means you can place the first queen in first position if equal to 1. So that means what will happen? X of 1 will be equal to 1. That means you can place the queen 1 somewhere over here. You have placed it. Fine, very good. And then what I will do? I'll go for, obviously I equal to n not true. I'll go for placing the next queen I plus 1 comma n. So that means I have a function call from n queen 1 4 to n queen 2 4. Now let's come here. So go for another n queen clone where I equal to 2 and j n equal to 4. So I will start from the beginning again. Can I place the second queen in the first position? You see, from this picture you can say that no, you cannot place queen 2 over here. Right? And that will be identified in this particular line because place means this, now it is second queen in the first position, that means now this is 2. So for the first queen, it will check with the first queen first, and you see j is equal to 1, fine, and a of k, a of 1, k is 1, that means a of 1 is equal to 1. So I have a match. Since there is a match, it will return 0 and it's correct. From this picture I can see that if we place queen 2 over here, it is not possible to place. It is visible because of the same column. And because of that, automatically this particular criteria become correct. So return 0. That means you cannot place the second queen in the first position. So if becomes 0, it will not enter in the if condition. So entirely it will go and then for the new value of j. That means now next time again the place function will be called with I equal to 2 obviously, and now j equal to 2. That means can I place the second queen in the second position? That means somewhere over here. Now see, if you place second queen over here, you can pictorially see that it's not possible because of this diagonal. And you see, it will be reflected in this particular part. Because now, this I, let me write it clearly again. Now this I and j is what? This I obviously 2 because second queen. And now j is equal to 2 again. Because second queen want to place in second position or not. That I am trying to find out. So, for the first queen, when it will check with respect to first queen, j is equal to 2 and a of 1 means equal to 1 that we have seen. So 2 equal 1 will be false. Fine. But if you go in this second side, you see, just a minute. You see, j is equal to 2, a of k equal to 1, that means 2 minus 1, fine. And in this side, I is equal to 2 and k is equal to 1, that means 2 minus 1, they are same. Since absolute value of these are same, that means this criteria will be fulfilled. So that means automatically, right that moment, it will return 0. The place function will return 0. And that is correct, that we have seen over here. It's not, it should not possible. Fine. So that means again this condition will be not fulfilled and loop will run for the new value of j. So that means now the place function will be called again with considering, can I place the second queen in the third position? Right. So now that means the new value of j is something like 3. Right. Now you see, if you want to place the second queen somewhere over here, you can say that, okay, yes, you can place it. There is no problem, right? And you see, it will reflect over here also that k equal to 1, obviously with the first queen it will check. J equal to what? Now j equal to 3. So 3 equal to a of 1. A of 1 means 1. Okay, not possible. They are not same. Even in this side, here, j is equal to 2. That is fine. J is equal to 2. And a of k means 1. Okay. And here I is actually 3. I is equal to 2 minus k is equal to what? K is equal to 1. I'm sorry. I may have a mistake. Yes, I have a mistake. Sorry. So here, in the second side, j is equal to actually 3 right now, right? J is 3. So an a of 1 means 1. And I is actually 2. And k is equal to 1. And you see 3 minus 1 is not equal to 2 minus 1. So this condition will be also fail. So if both fail, that means it will not return 0. It will go for new value of k, that is k equal to 2. And for k equal to 2, I mean actually it will check with the second queen itself. So which is trivial. So naturally, what we will find out? We will find out there is no k till I for which this criteria will be fulfilled. So return 0 will be not there, return 1 will be there. That means you can place the second queen in the third position. So f will be 1, that means x of I will be equal to j now for I equal to 3 and j equal to I equal to 2 and j equal to 3. So that means this second position of the array will be now as written 3, as if the second queen is placed in the third column. Now see, if you go for, obviously, since this particular criteria is fulfilled and it's not till we have not reached till the last queen, it will come to else part and then it will call what? It will call the n queen with 3, 4. That means now the king is trying to place the third queen. So again n queen function will start. And we have already seen how this checking is going on through this place function. So that means now from this diagram, I think you can realize that in case of queen 3, 4, for any value of j, never this place function will return 1. Because from this diagram you can see that if you place queen 3 over here, somehow we will get the collision because of this part, first part. If you place queen 3 somewhere over here, you will get collision with queen 2. That means when k will be equal to 2, you will get a collision and this particular part will be true. If you place queen 3 over here, again you will have in the same column with queen 2, but not queen 1 maybe, but may not be in queen 1, but with queen 2. So that means for k equal to 2, again you will have this particular part true. And also if you place queen 3 over here, again it is a same diagonal with queen 2. That means this particular part will be true. So that means this K will be executed till last, but it will not able, sorry, not K, this J will be executed till last, but there is no way to place this kth queen, the ith queen, when I is equal to 3. So that means a time will come when this loop will break. Loop of this n queen 3, 4 will break. And you see, I have nothing after this for loop. After this for loop bracket end, over here, I have a bracket of the end of the function. There is nothing more than that. So that means when this loop will break, that means job of n queen 3, 4 is completed for a moment. The function has not found any position for queen 3. So what will happen? It will return. Where it will return? It will return from that function when it was called. Where it was called? It was called from queen 2, 4. That means now this will return to queen 2, 4. So as if king has not found a place for queen 3, that's why the king went to queen 2 first and requested queen 2 to relocate one more places if possible. Am I clear right now? Till now, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that means, now question is that in which part 2, 4 it will return. You see, it will not return from the beginning. It will return from the 2, 4 of queen 2, 4 function. From this part it was actually called. So if it returns somewhere over here, then this if condition ends. But you see, when queen 2, 4 called queen 3, 4, the function, the for loop was not completed yet, right? The for loop of queen 2, 4 was not completed yet. That means when the control jumped from queen 2, 4 to queen 3, 4, the for loop was paused for a moment. And when the control will come back to queen 2, 4, now for loop will resume again from where it stopped, it paused. Right. So that means, and where it was stopped? It was stopped at a value of j equal to 3. And that is why actually you have placed this second queen in third index. So that means now j will be incremented by 1 again and j will become 4 for queen 2, 4 case. And this place function will be called again, as if king is trying to check, is it possible to place the second queen? Now I is equal to 2 again, right? Here, because we are going back to queen 2, 4. That means I equal to 2. So can I place the second queen in fourth position, fourth column? And obviously from this diagram you can see that obviously there is no, no collision with queen 1. So queen 1 can be easily placed in the fourth index. So that means at the same point of time, what will happen in this one-dimensional view? This 3 will be replaced by 4. Fine. And as soon as it has done, what will happen? Again, queen 2, 4 function will call queen I plus 1, n. That means queen 3, n. That means this will call queen 3, 4 again. So if you number this one, this is number 1, then number 2, then number 3, and then number 4. So now queen 3, 4 called again. Now queen 3, 4 will try to find the position to place the queen 3 from the beginning again, because it was not part of returning, it is actually calling. So it will start from the beginning again. Now from this diagram, I think you can see that this regarding this for loop of this queen 3, 4 function, when j will be equal to 1, it is not possible to place, because if you place queen 3 over here, same column. So obviously in this particular criteria, due to this criteria, we will have a now if you come in this part, that means when j will become equal to 2, at that time place the third queen in the second column is not a problem. We have seen that. So somehow we will not get any collision with ith queen, and also kth queen from 1 to 2, right? That means you can easily place this. So I'm not going in detail of checking each and every functions, because already I have discussed for first 2 queen. I hope all of you can understand how the queen 3 will be, the place function for queen 3 will be executed for each and every placing options. And as soon as it will find out that second column is actually safe one, safe, for the third queen, the second column is safe, that means what will happen? Basically, this part will execute, the f will be true, and this will execute. So now x of I means here 3, right? Sorry, here I means 3. So that means x of 3 will be equal to what? Will be equal to j, and j is what? J equal to 2, right? J equal to 2. So this 0 will be replaced by 2, as if you have placed queen 3 over here. Now see, as soon as queen 3 will be placed, what will happen? This queen 3, 4 will call queen I plus 1, n. That means queen 4, 4. And you see again over here, from this diagram you can understand that there is no place for queen 4. So what will happen? Somehow this j loop will execute 4 times and this loop will break. But there will be no position j for this ith queen where I equal to 4, for which this place function will return true. That is 1. That means this loop will break for the queen 4, 4. And when the loop will break, this queen 4 will return to the queen 3, 4, because from where it was called. So let's numbering it. Now see, as if now the king has not found a place for queen 4, and king has went back to queen 3, and king is trying to find out, is there any other safe places for keeping queen 3 in the other column. But what will happen? Okay, I have a mistake over here. Unfortunately, I have written queen 4 over here. It should be queen 2. Anyway, so that means as if the king will return back to queen 3, and it will try to find out some other safe columns where the king can keep the queen 3. But you see, for other value of j from 3 to 4, there is no place where queen 3 have no collision with queen 1 and queen 2. That means king cannot continue with queen 3 for placing other positions. Rather, the for loop for queen 3, 4 will break. As soon as the for loop of queen 3, 4 will break, what will happen? Again 3, 4 will return and to the function form where it was called last time. It was called from last time again from queen 2, 4. So again it will return. And where it will return? It will return from here where it was called. Now from where it was called, basically queen 2, 4 was in the last index, that we can, after returning in queen 2, 4, in which particular status queen 2, 4 was. I mean, from when queen 3, 4 was called from queen 2, 4, after placing the queen 2 in proper position, the queen 3, 4 was called. At that time, what was value of j? The value of j was actually 4. That's why queen 2 was placed in the fourth column. That means value of j was 4. That means when the queen 3, 4 will return to queen 2, 4, when the j will start resume again for queen 2, 4 and start running the loop, at the very beginning the loop will break because j was already 4. So 4 plus j, after j plus plus, j become 5, 5 lesser than equal to 4 become false. So that means as if the king has not even found a place to relocate queen 2 also. So what king will do? Now king should go to the first queen to request that if possible, let's you relocate your place from this one to the next index. Now see, that means queen 2, from queen 2, 4, it will now return to queen 1, 4. Right? After returning back, this queen 1, 4, from this diagram I can see that if I place queen 1, 4, there is no issue over here, right? So that means queen 1, 4 will be placed over here. That means with respect to this code, if you see that when I is equal to now equal to 1, because first queen, again I am going back, again king has went back to queen 1. So queen I equal to 1 and j is now equal to 2 because queen 1 was already placed at first index, that and from that queen 2, 4 was called. So when 2, 4 will return back to queen 1, 4, and after that it will basically the for loop j of queen 1, 4 will start resuming and will start running, and it will start running from j equal to 2 because j equal to 1 already done, the loop of j equal to 1, right? So that means after returning to 1, 4, what is the status of this function? You see, when this queen 1, 4 has found initially at the very beginning that it can place queen 1 over here, and then queen 2, 4 was called, at that time j was equal to 1, and that's why you have placed in the first column. That means when 2, 4 will return back to queen 1, 4 and j will start resume and start running again, j will start from 2 obviously, because j was paused for a moment and now j start resumed. So that means as if the king is checking, is it possible to place the queen 1 in the second index? So that means something like that means I is equal to 1 at that time and j equal to 2. In this situation, after returning back to the queen 1, 4, king is trying to check, can I place the first queen in the second column? And you see, obviously from this diagram you can see you can place it. So obviously naturally for the k equal to 1 you can see it is true because it's the first queen, you can place it. So what will happen? This queen 1 will be replaced, 1 will be replaced by what? Will be replaced by 2. As if queen 1 has actually is relocated to the next index. As soon as it has relocated in the next index, what will happen? This queen 1, 4 will again call queen 2, 4 from this line, because it has done it newly created, new position is decided, and then again queen 2, 4 will be called. And when queen 2, 4 is called, automatically it will start from the beginning, because it is calling, it is not returning. 1, 4 has called 2, 4. That means again from the very beginning the king will start checking, is it a place where you can keep queen 2 in its position, so that there will be no collision with previous queens? No, it is not possible, because you have a diagonal. That means somehow you will get this particular criteria true. Is it possible queen 2 over here? No, not possible, because same column. That means somehow this criteria will be true. Again in this position, again not possible, because somehow this criteria will be true because of this diagonal. And when j will become 4 for queen 2, now it is possible. That from the diagram we have seen, you can see. That means for queen 2, 4, that means second queen for fourth index, this place function will return true, and you can store over there. So somehow 4 will be replaced by 4 itself. Fine. So queen 2 has been placed. Now what will happen? As soon as queen 2 has been placed in its proper position, it will call for, now king will check what should be the new position for queen 3 now. So that means I will have one more call to queen 3, 4 from 2, 1, 2, 4 for checking new position again from the beginning. So that means as if queen 3 is not here, rather the king is searching a position queen 3 for which there will be no collision, and at the very beginning it will find out a position there is no collision, right? It is not diagonal with queen 1 or queen 2, even not in the same index. That means for k equal to 1, I will find out that okay, there is for that means you can say that now for queen 3, 4 function, queen 3, 4 function, it is 3 for position 1, right? Position 1. So for position 1, this place function will return true. So as it will return true, what will happen? This a of I equal to j will work. That means the new position for queen 3 will be what? New position for the queen 3 will be this position. Fine. That means that will get updated over here also, because of x of I equal to j. And from queen 3, 4 now, as soon as this new position will be decided, new queen 4, 4 will be called. Fine. So from here, we'll have a call again, queen 4, 4. And now the fourth queen, the king will start checking the correct position for fourth queen, right? Start checking from the beginning again, because it is a calling, it's not returning. So for the first position, not possible because of this one. For the second position, not possible because of diagonal. For the third position, yes, the third position, the third position will be possible. So that means for, you can say something like a situation, something like for j equal to 3, and for the fourth queen, this 4, 3 for this place function will return true. And I can place over here, that means you have placed this fourth queen over here, as if you have placed this 0 now will be replaced by 3. And you see, since now this particular criteria will be true, because I was fourth queen I was trying to place, and I have placed them, and that means I have placed all the queens. So I will print all the queen positions. How? Basically, that means I will print this particular array. That's all. That means queen I, that means I will have a simple for loop that I equal to say 1, 2, 4, and I have a printf statement that queen say I is placed at A of ith position, something like that. I have just written a pseudocode over here, so you will write by yourself correctly. And I have written a break statement because I have successfully done that. The king has successfully placed these 4 queens so that they cannot see each other. So it breaks. So it ends over here. Okay, so I hope the whole strategy is clear to all of you. So we will end up our class for today here. In the next class, we will start a new chapter, that is analysis of the different programs that we have seen, how to analyze them, and the detail of all those. So thank you very much. Bye.